Welcome back to FPL Faff with Jez, Jack, and Jim. I'm Jez.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jim.
Week 8. This was an interesting week. It was a very shit week for me and a very nerve-wracking one. How did you boys go?
Yeah, it was tough. I'm looking at my squad right now. I made a couple of transfers this week. I brought Branthwaite in. I kept my faith in Rodriguez because it looked like he was only out for a game. And regrettably, I kept my faith in Seiss. I mean, I'm not sure.
Oh, don't talk to me about Seiss. Jesus.
I'm not sure what's happened there. Like, I'm looking at his last 3 games before game week 7. He's got 8 points, 7 points, another 7. He's got the bonus points and the 3 clean sheets in a row, and then he's dropped for another clean sheet against Palace. It worries me massively because he actually stayed on my pitch because my 2 other defenders didn't play either in Branthwaite and Mitchell. So you throw in Morpay in there. I've actually got 2 players in my starting 11 with 0 points. It was bad, but still ended up on 58. So it wasn't the worst week.
So I'm going to take no pity on you because it came into the final day and I needed Mitrovic to turn up, which is never a place you want to be. You don't want to be relying on him to save your game week. It did pay off. So actually, I said on the pod last week that I was going to shoot myself if Mitrovic didn't do anything, and he saved my life.
You're lucky.
Literally.
He actually did.
It's a turning point. It's a big turning point in your life now. Mitrovic has just resurrected you.
And he's already left my team.
Sorry, Jez, what were you looking at points-wise before the Mitrovic assists?
Okay, so I was going into the final day on, what was I on, 36, no, 32 points.
Rough.
32 points with
lovely.
4 players to play. One of them a Leeds defender, a Leeds midfielder, and a Leicester defender plus Mitrovic. I was not hopeful of getting any points. And then you know what? Harrison passed to Dallas. Dallas puts in a cross, which nobody decided to stop, and it went in.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, you were lucky as well. You said you have no luck, but Dallas came off from your first sub.
He did. If Mitchell had played and got 1 point with Crystal Palace, and I'd left 6 points on my bench, I would have been livid.
I mean, that's more of a classic Jez as well, isn't it? Getting that 1 point. So
it is. To be fair,
Dallas, I think that was a good call. He's one of those players. He gets forwards. He has those attacking returns. I mean, they concede 4 goals, so it's not all singing and dancing. But he's good when he goes forwards. I think you've got a few good weeks left in him, Jez.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's been locked in my side since game week 1, and I don't see him leaving anytime soon.
Nice.
He's there to do what I want him to do. Leeds have been pretty okay. They've been a very attacking team, and I figure, you know what, he's going to send them in the box. Somebody like Bamford's going to get on the end of them, or if they start playing with Rodrigo, he's also pretty decent in the air. So
definitely,
Also, one interesting talking point out of that Leeds-Leicester game last night, when Leeds changed their shape a little bit in the second half, they looked phenomenal. They were all over that game, and I don't think the result reflects it because at the back they're a little bit leaky. But
yeah, I mean, I think they were quite lucky. Also, Leicester are nothing without Vardy, and
yep,
and that, incredible again.
And everything with Vardy.
That was just confirmed last night. That he's absolutely their talisman. I was interested to see Yuri Tillemans take the penalty at the end. He's like coming in at that price bracket, which is kind of interesting if you're looking just for a solid Leicester attacking asset. I just wanted to steer away from this game and just talk about the fact, Jim, that you've had Kurt Zuma in there again, putting you in 14 points.
Huge.
I was hugely jealous.
Yes, mate. But I have had, in hindsight, if you look at it, 59 points, a good week, retrospectively.
That's right. You have. You're a prick.
I'm pissed off with it. I had 3 players that didn't start. Matt Ryan, what the fuck? Seiss, that you've already mentioned, what the fuck? And Jorginho didn't start, and he came on for fucking 2 minutes. 2 bloody minutes to give me 1 point.
I've been telling you for weeks that Jorginho is not a lock-in in that first 11.
You did.
I mean, there's a reason he's 5.3.
Yeah, he's gone up. So he was 5, and he's gone up. I've cashed in I've got rid. Literally, I'm out.
You've made so much value. Your team is worth heaps.
It's crazy. Do you know what? Let me have a look.
What are you on your value now? Yeah.
You got to be pushing.
Oh, guys, you're gonna love this. So hang on, I need to.
I guarantee I'm not gonna love this.
It's 103.1.
Oh, suck a dick.
Oh my god.
And that's because I made 2 changes. I cashed in from 2 players. So guess what? With Sice not starting, I got rid. You only have one chance with me, guys. One chance. So I cashed in. I sold him for 5.2, and I got in his pal who replaced him. For 5.
Very good.
You know what? You also only get one chance with me. DCL gone. He's blanked only in 1 game week this season.
He got 8 points.
Yeah, I got rid of him before that.
Oh, don't talk to me about that. Don't talk to me about that game either. I don't want. Oh, it's awful. But yeah.
So Jez, you took out DCL, but you did that before he played in order to fund Kane. So
I did.
It's not a bad move when all's said and done.
Yeah, you cashed in. You got him at 7, so you've got 0.7 on him. That's amazing.
I made value on him. I dare say that he's probably going to go up 0.1 during this week, and I will have lost that extra 0.1 from him. But the transfers I did make have already made up for that difference. So I carried in 2 free transfers into this week, and I made 3 changes total.
Nice.
And I've already made 0.2 from those.
So you just made a -4. Lovely.
I did, but you know what? I know that I've just come off 2 shit game weeks in a row, but I now have the best team in our mini league. Tell me different.
The way you can think about that though is that if you've taken a -4 this week and you're going to captain Harry Kane next week against West Brom and he scores a goal, you've already made up that difference there and then.
Correct.
So it's not all bad. I just want to talk about Jack Grealish very quickly. I was deeply concerned at half time when they were 3 or 4-0 down. I think they're 3-0 down at half time. And I was looking at him thinking, because I had John McGinn, hilariously, the week before, who I thought was going to be a bit of a differential. I took him out, put in Grealish, and he just justified it within 45 minutes.
I hate you for that. I hate you for that.
And the run of fixtures, they got Arsenal next week away, so that's a tough game. After that, in their next 7 fixtures, you think that's an easy game?
I think Arsenal are dog shit at the moment. Even their win over United on the weekend was
I'm annoyed with
very
that as
average. Well. Oh yeah, I'm annoyed with that too. Softest penalty in the world. Frick.
No, isn't it bad that I kind of support my FPL more than my boys?
That's when you know it's starting to take over your life, mate.
Yeah, that's a really bad thing. But no, I was just really sad
it was
that
starting 2-3
lost.
years ago. It's fully taken over.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I did the same, Jez. I banked 2 transfers, and I have used them both, and I'm not going to be using a third. I hope Matt Ryan starts. So I don't want to waste it on a keeper. And
you don't want to be taking a -4 on a goalkeeper.
No. And I cast in, so I got rid of Sice and I got rid of Jorginho, so I made money on them both. Nice. And I brought 2 new players in, and I've made money on them again. So lovely.
Nice.
Wow. You are the value king this season.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, instantly they're both gone up. So nice.
I have made a transfer this week already. And we've got to talk about it. What the hell happened with Morpay? What was the reason why he was dropped?
Oh, yeah. No idea.
I have no idea. Honestly, there's speculation around that whether he's going to be announced as testing positive for COVID or something like that. I really have no clue whether that's true. Maybe he's had a falling out with the manager. Who knows? But
I think that's unlikely.
We'll find out. I'm sure we'll find out soon. We will. I'm sure we'll tweet about it as well on our FPL Faff Twitter handle. What I have done is I took more payout because I just can't risk having a player like that who starts in my team not start. Just an undefined reason why he's not in the starting 18 was a problem. So I've immediately took him out and I put in Callum Wilson. So he comes into my team. When I played my wild card, it was a toss up between him and and more pay when I played it in game week 6, and it was the wrong move. So I'm hoping now that he's already got 6 goals this season. I think he's third.
2 against Everton. Oh, I hate that boy. No, I really like Callum, and I'm sad that he went to Newcastle.
I like him.
And Fraser.
He's a poacher. He's a poacher.
Yeah, he is.
And his fixtures aren't half bad.
He shouldn't have got that penalty. For one, it wasn't a penalty
there was a few penalties this week that shouldn't have been pens.
No, absolutely.
Have a look at Harry Kane backing into Lallana when he's already in the air, right on the edge of the box. That's that's the worst.
Also, how did he not get any bonus points? That's so infuriating.
I was livid. Captain as well.
Yeah,
I was not livid because, as you both know, Sadio Mane was my captain, and he did the grand total of fuck all.
I can't even explain.
You went big and you fell short, but it happens sometimes,
look,
mate.
It's go big or go home, and I got sent home.
It is.
You took a risk. It was a good time to take a risk as well. That could have gone anywhere.
To be fair, my other captain choice would have been Heung-min Son, and he was my vice. So
he also did nothing. Yeah.
I'm not that annoyed this week, but I definitely should have picked Salah.
Yeah,
Jez, I want to talk quickly about. I want to talk quickly about DCL. Are you going to regret taking him out your team?
Almost certainly, yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
No, I think Everton have been really good at the start of the season. I think they will continue to be a decent team towards the end of the year, but I don't think they're going to be anywhere near first place, which is fine. I've made stacks of cash on him, but I think it's better off being utilized towards somebody like Harry Kane at the moment.
I don't blame you. I was looking at him just before we jumped onto the pod and looking at Everton's fixtures, and I always thought the DCL without James Rodriguez is a bit of a dangerous move to make. But I'm looking at their fixtures. They've got United next. After that, they've got Fulham, Leeds, and Burnley. If he doesn't score in at least 2 of those, I mean, he's immediately shit. After that, Everton play Chelsea, Leicester, Arsenal, Sheffield United, and Man City. Like, he is out of my team.
Turn up
from game week 11, and then
that'll be a mistake.
I don't know, mate. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. So I'm going to say there's 2 reasons that I got rid of DCL. A, I had to fund Harry Kane, and that was the only way I could do it. And B, I knew that there were going to be some price raises on the other players that I got in, and I've got literally 0.0 in the bank, so I had to move very swiftly to get those guys in. Otherwise, it was all going to fall apart. And obviously, with Spurs having West Brom next week, Harry Kane's come straight in. He's going to get the armband, and I think Harry Kane makes goals for himself. He does get good service, but he doesn't always need the service. Whereas DCL, without somebody controlling the centre midfield or somebody throwing in balls from out wide, he's not going to do that much.
It's a good.
That's
point.
why I'm keeping Hammers in and seeing how he goes. I'm going to give him, probably up to game week 11 if they do nothing. But the thing is, he's the playmaker. He will, I feel like I have to keep Hammers and DCL. If I get rid of one of them, I'm getting rid of both of them.
Me too. That's exactly my thought process. The one thing that does scare me, and they haven't really hit full stride yet, but I know I wanted to say it at some point because I wanted to cover myself. But I think all of us, if we don't look at Man City assets in the next few weeks, I think we'll be dropping down all of the leagues that we're in. I think that they will just come good. I mean, Sterling, De Bruyne, Aguero is going to come back in a few weeks. Like, there's a lot of options up there, and what I'd hate to have, it worries me not having a City asset in my team at all now.
Same.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think we were saying on the pod last week that come a few game weeks time, I'm just going to quickly check the fixtures. 3 or 4 weeks time. So game week 10 is when they start a very good run of fixtures, and that is when I'm instantly going to be looking to swap out some players, like City versus Burnley, Fulham, United, West Brom, Southampton, Newcastle. You got to think that those are going to be at least 4 out of 6 huge turn-ups. Like City Fulham, I'm sorry, but that game's going to be 6-0.
Yeah, completely. I mean, I definitely attacking returns because they, the players speak for themselves, but you're right. A defender is probably going to be on my list somewhere. I've seen João Cancelo started the last 3.
Definitely. Cancelo all the way.
I'm looking at him. Kyle Walker.
8 points.
Kyle Walker's a little rich for 6 million for me. I wouldn't probably plough 6 million into.
Yeah, but 15 points in his last game week. It's huge.
It's true. He had a really, really good one. But I think, I'm just shocked that it's game week 8 and I've had De Bruyne in my squad for just one of those 8 weeks. He will be coming back in for sure.
Yeah, he will. City are just an interesting team at the moment because they're playing without a true striker, and Raheem's doing a good job, but he doesn't present the same sort of threat that Aguero would up front, or even Jesus.
I think the thing about Kane is that Kane, he's not only scoring goals, but he's dropping deep and he's providing them as well. Like, he's getting so many points across the board. And for the value that he's at, like this, I think apart from Zuma, I was seeing the other day, like points per match per million that the price is. Like, Kane is right up there, like better than any season that we've seen him before. And we're talking about a player who's scoring 25 goals a season. So that he's definitely going to stick around, but it would worry me not having City assets. The other thing I want to talk about is Chelsea's clean sheet potential at the minute. Like, they're just not conceding goals. And it's quite an interesting. It's actually quite an interesting set of players to look at because Zuma speaks for himself. Chilwell, he's going up in price all the time. I think he's going to be 6 million soon.
Yeah.
He definitely will be 6 million. I said this a few weeks ago. Before I can get him in, he'll end up being 6.2.
Yeah, he will. Zuma's gone up again for me. That's really good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jim, you're
so is Kilman. So is Max. That's amazing. He had 127,000.
And I was one of those people, one of those 127,000, and I got him in before the price change.
Did you? Smart.
I did.
Okay.
But I have a lot resting on his shoulders this week. I'm a little bit scared. That he might get dropped from the starting 11 at some point in the near future. I don't know, because he's been playing great, but I think this week I've only got 3 defenders who are going to play.
I'm not concerned by. I think he'll. There's no reason why he would be dropped. I think he's playing really well. The thing that scares me about Wolves is their fixtures. Like, I know he's great value, and I'm very, very jealous. I didn't jump on it at all, actually, because I'd love him in my team right now, particularly for size. But anyway, I'm looking at the fixtures. And they're not nice. I think they've got Southampton and Villa in the next 5 games, and then after that, it's pretty bleak. I can't imagine they're going to keep too many clean sheets. I know the value's there though, so that's always good.
So this was a long term thought for me. I don't necessarily want to have him start every week, and I was aware of those shit fixtures coming up. In the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be looking to get rid of Tyreek Mitchell and Jimmy Dunn because I think Mitchell has now lost his place. I know he's injured, but with Patrick Van Aanholt back in the team, I think that he'll probably keep that spot locked down. Dunn hasn't started since, I think, game week 2, so he's got to go. I'm going to look to have 5 starting defenders. I don't know who they're going to be, but they're going to be dirt cheap. And hopefully I don't have to play Kilman when they have their terrible fixtures.
Good play.
Yeah, well, also, we didn't know that Sice was going to be dropped, and, out of the blue, he was.
Yeah. I mean, look, stuff happens. I mean, Matt Ryan, who played 38 games out of 38 last season, has just been put on the bench.
So angry.
And to be replaced by a goalie that's not even on the game, like that was the most surprising thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I really don't want to have to burn a transfer if he doesn't start next week.
Same.
But obviously, if he doesn't, I will have to.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit right now because we're on the topic of dirt cheap defenders. Nat Phillips came in at the weekend, and Liverpool did concede, so he would have ended up with about 2 points. But Nat Phillips looked good. I think he was probably the best player on the pitch.
He did look good.
How much is he?
He's 4 mil.
Wow. Yeah.
He's
not a risk to bring in.
Well, I think
it's a big risk to bring in. To be honest, I don't know whether he's going to keep that spot because Fabinho's had a little bit of an injury, so he missed at the weekend, which is why Phillips played. But I wonder whether he's done enough to keep himself in the team.
The thing for me is if you get him in and he starts playing the next couple of games, and then all of a sudden he gets put back into being a squad player, for me, my worry is that he would actually just take up a Liverpool spot for me. Like I quite like having. I'm going to always at least have Salah and Robertson or Trent during the season. If there's, I would hate to have a block on getting another Liverpool player because he's in there. That would be my problem. But I think that he looks like he's going to stick around for the next few weeks at least. I mean, Matip, Van Dijk. I mean, even Gomez he's not even playing well.
No, Gomez is playing shit. I love it.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck off.
What's your formation looking like, Jez?
What's my...
for game week 8.
For game week 8, what is my formation looking like? I am playing what is known as a Jez.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, it is.
Correct.
I am playing what's known as a Jez. I'm playing a 3-5-2.
That is not a Jez. You also didn't... You'd also not on the top of the league. You also scored...
All right. Talking time is over, Jim. Talking time is over. From back to front, my team is looking like this. I've got Matt Ryan, hopefully starting in goal. I've got Kilman, Dallas, the turn-up king, and James Justin rounding out the back. I've got Bruno, I've got Mo Salah, Heung-min Son, Sadio, and Jack Harrison in the midfield. And I've got Harry Kane with the armband up front and Patrick Bamford.
Okay, fairly solid.
Jim, what's your formation looking like?
It sounds quite similar to Jez's, but even better. So I've got, and it is a Jim. It is a 3-5-2, and it's Matt Ryan, Kilman, Zuma, Chilwell, Bruno, Salah, Son, Ward-Prowse, Rodriguez, Kane, and Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, that is better.
Oh, Ward-Prowse, he's got him. Mm-hmm. I'm playing.
I told you last week, and then I regret not doing it sooner because he had a turn up 17 points, boys. That's huge.
Is it going to last though?
His fixtures, yes, he's like.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. And
they've got Newcastle at home next, so I know that Newcastle played really well against Everton, and I'm really pissed off about that. But Southampton are in much better form.
Danny Ings is a little bit of a worry at the moment. He might not play the next week, and I think that he's so linked to whatever Southampton do.
Yeah,
I think they could. Yeah, I think they could struggle to get on the score sheet.
He's taken a
or
knock,
at least prolifically.
I'm not sure he's going to play in the next game, but
he's not.
I think Ward-Prowse is a much safer bet. Like on a dead ball, he's just so clinical. Like we saw it on the weekend from a direct free kick, or he got the assist from the corner. You've got someone like Vestergaard in there, 6'6", who's just ready to get his meathead on it and
absolutely.
Top corner.
I really like Vestergaard, and I'm also thinking of potentially bringing him in as well. So he's gone up, which was annoying.
Man.
Yeah.
Nice formation.
Yeah, he was in my long-term plans, but I think he's not going to be anymore.
Jack, what's your formation looking like?
So I'm going for a 3-4-3. If I had the option of playing 2 at the back, I would, but sadly you can't.
Yes.
I've got McCarthy in goal, who I'm very happy with. I think he's a good pick in there. And then in defence, I've got Robertson, Chilwell, and regrettably Seiss. I don't want to take any minus points on him. I've already made my transfer, so he's in the middle of my defence, probably going to get 0. Pains me to say. In midfield, I've got Salah, Son, James Rodriguez, and Grealish. And then up front,
huge.
I've got Wilson, Calvert-Lewin, and Kane.
That's huge.
Wow.
It's very good. Yeah.
I really hope that DCL doesn't ever turn up again.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. I need. So do you know what? I'm not fancying next week. I've got I've got 3 players in the same game, and that's Bruno, Calvert-Lewin, and Rodriguez. I can't see all of them turning up, sadly. I wish they would, but I can't.
The thing that scares me a little bit might be if James Rodriguez hasn't recovered from his knock, then that would be a concern. To be honest, if that does happen, I wouldn't be too bothered. I got Souček as my first sub, and West Ham got Fulham at home, which
you would think. I think he's going to get on the score sheet. Honestly, Fulham can't defend. He's 6 foot, 14,
The thing I like about Souček is with players like Antonio out, he's always a threat from corners, but particularly against Liverpool, where I thought West Ham actually weren't that bad against Liverpool.
West Ham played well.
He was pushing forwards. He's an aerial presence. He hasn't missed a minute of football this season. He's 4.9. He could be a secret weapon. I think a lot of teams had him at the start because he was a cheap option. He's actually gone down in value now. He's only got 1 assist all season, and he hasn't really been featuring in my team. But I think for games like this, I'm hoping that if he nicks a goal, he could be the player who no one else has.
Yeah, no, you're right. So I'm a little bit worried about this week's fixtures, and I'll tell you why. I'm looking at my starting 11. So I've got 2 home fixtures out of that entire list.
Wow.
One of which is my goalkeeper, who may not even play.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
I don't know though, Ryan. I can see that just being not that the replacement goalie Sanchez was that bad. But you can't have a international goalkeeper sitting on the bench for too many weeks. I feel like he will come back.
Yep.
Again, not really sure the reason. Was he tired? I think it was some poor excuse like that. So who knows? But I think he won't be on the bench for long.
Okay. I mean, I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Shall we get into the transfers in and out this week?
Let's do it. So we're recording this on a Tuesday morning, UK time.
Very early on a Tuesday morning. Awful choice.
Very early on a Tuesday. So we'll go from the top. We'll do the top 10 transfers in. First of all is Kurt Zouma. Unsurprising. After another double-digit game week.
Keep bringing them in, boys. Keep bringing them in. Get me that value. Get me that sweet, sweet cash.
Absolutely. Ziyech is there at number 2.
I want Ziyech, actually. I can't get him in.
He had an incredible game against Burnley, 14 points. Grealish is in at number 3. James Ward-Prowse is number 4.
Yep.
Ben Chilwell still going up. 23% of teams have him. He's in at number 5.
He's living on that list.
Max Kilman, number 6. Wilfried Zaha, number 7. In goalkeeper, Edouard Mendy is number 8 for Chelsea.
Okay.
Vestergaard is number 9. 4.6. He's a cheap option at the back.
Yes, but I prefer it when he was 4.5, obviously.
Yep.
And bizarrely, level on the exact number of teams we've got him in to the user is joint 10th, Bamford and Wilson.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, Bamford has made my team.
He has. Now we're going to top transfers out. So still teams getting him out. He's still in 13% of squads. I'm surprised. Is Luke Castagna.
Wow.
He's still being shipped out. James Rodriguez, another one. People are still getting him out. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Romain Saiss, number 4. Tyrick Mitchell is number 5. Danny Ings is in there at number 6. Jorginho, number 7. Raul Jimenez, number 8. He's always featuring on this list.
There's 2 mistakes on that list. Whoever's I know Danny Ings may not play the next week, but you are not getting rid of him from your team right now. Come on.
Yeah, seriously. And they're around the similar price as well. Same price, 8.5. Number 9 is Andy Robertson. And
I also got rid.
Yep. And number 10, interestingly, is Wilfried Zaha. A lot of players getting him in, but equally a lot of players getting him out as well.
He had an interesting week. He's obviously come off a good run of form and has been performing. So I think there would have been a lot of early transfers in for him. But then obviously he got, I think, 1 point on the weekend, got booked and did nothing.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah, love that, exactly.
Oh, that's what, honestly, I love that too. Because I was really tossing up whether I should get him in this week, and I didn't.
Same.
So, yeah, good choice.
Jez, you were saying that you had two of your team playing at home. Potentially one of them not starting. Shall we go? Shall we go straight into the fixtures for next week?
Let's do it.
Cool. First one, Brighton Burnley.
Ooh,
It's gotta be Brighton. Come on, come on.
I'm not sure that it has
I
to
need
be.
I need it to be 0-0, to be honest. I'd like a 0-0.
Yeah,
It'll
but-
be
oh,
boring to watch. But as long as
I
Matt
would like
Ryan
that
starts,
to be a really dull game.
Yeah.
I would be okay with a Brighton 1-0.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen. I think Burnley are going to do them. I think it's going to be 1-0 Burnley.
No, they're at home. I think 1-0 Brighton.
I think there's some real bad news happening at Burnley. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that isn't right there. I can see Brighton, who have been playing quite well this season and not really getting the points for it. I think they're going to win 2-0.
Wow, okay. Southampton, Newcastle.
Oh, Southampton, Newcastle.
Southampton for me. I'm backing the home boys. Yeah, I need them to turn up. Come on, Ward Prowse.
No.
Oh, this is tough. I can see this being a BTTS. Both teams will score. I'm gonna go 2-1 Southampton.
Same.
I'm going to agree with you on that. 2-1 Southampton.
Yep.
Everton, Man U.
Oh God, this is a tough one. Again, without really knowing the Everton starting 11, with James in or out, no one really knows. I think this will be a draw. I'm gonna go 1-1.
I don't even know what to say. A draw sounds about right. United, weirdly, were awful against Arsenal. Arsenal did play much better, but obviously I needed Bruno to turn up and he did not. He's really expensive to blank. What is it? Been 2 weeks on a run now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that. So
I would be. I don't know. I mean, he's one of those players though. He could blank for the 2 weeks that just happened, but he's got a 20-point haul in him, ready to go. Yeah. And I'm just hoping that is and isn't next week. Like, what should I hope for? Should I hope for a goal fest on all sides and everything get a win? Yeah, I guess that's what I want. I want DCL to score. I want Hammers to score, and I want Bruno to score. So with that, I want it to be. It's going to be 2-1 to Everton.
Okay.
I like you thinking, Jim.
Yeah.
I think this one is going to be goal fest. I think there's going to be very little defense played, and I think it's going to be 3-2 to Manchester United.
Get out. Go home.
Hang on.
See you at the bottom. I'll see you at the bottom of the league when I'll be at the
Crystal
top.
Palace, Leeds.
Oh, I think Leeds are going to nick this. I'm going to go. I'm going to go 1-0 Leeds.
I'm going 2-1 Leeds.
I'm also going to go 2-1 Leeds. I've been seeing a lot of good stuff from Leeds, and I don't think that Palace have so they have Zaha and not that much else up front. I think they might just be okay. Chelsea, Sheffield.
This is going to be a 3-0 to Chelsea. Another clean sheet for Zuma and Chilwell. Thank you.
I agree.
I really hope not.
3-0.
I think this is going to be 3-1 Chelsea. I think Brewster's going to nick his first goal of the
Get
season.
out.
West Ham, Fulham.
This might not be as shit as it sounds. I think West sorry. It does look dreadful, especially on BT box office. What the hell?
I if you're paying $14.95 for this,
yes,
let me manage your finances. I will make better decisions for your
Who
life.
does that? Also, they're really bleak games. Crystal Palace and Leeds are on that as well. I don't know. I think that's bullshit.
I think that's going to be an interesting game. I think the Leeds game last night was probably one of the better ones this week.
Yeah,
even if they get smashed, I like the way they play.
Well, at home to Palace, maybe not. Yeah, so I think West Ham might take it, but Fulham have just come on from some good form, so it's a London derby. I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay. I think it's going to be 3-0 West Ham. I think they're absolutely going to smash the shit out of Fulham.
I'm going to go 2-0 West Ham.
Wow.
Okay.
West
Brom, Spurs. So let's not even answer this. We're all going Spurs. West Brom have been triple relegated. Go down to League 6, whatever it is. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4-0 Spurs.
Wow. I'm going to go 2-0 Spurs. Kane and
5-1
Kane.
Spurs. Kane is going to get a hat-trick. Son is going to score at least once. And Bale is going to score as well.
Yeah, also, we haven't spoken. Is he worth getting in?
Absolutely not. Unless he starts every game consistently, I don't want to go near him.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. So
he needs to begin starting games for me. But he scored the winning goal. There's no doubt that he's got the quality. For me,
he's a great player, but
he needs
the minutes.
He needs more minutes. Yeah.
Yep. Leicester Wolves.
I want to back Wolves. I want to back Wolves, but I think it might be a Leicester win.
I think this will be a close game. I think Leicester are going to win. I'm going to go 2-1 Leicester.
I'll go with that.
I think annoyingly, because I've got a defender from each team, it's going to be something stupid like 2-2.
Or 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not getting defensive returns from this game.
Yeah.
Now, the game of the week. 2 teams not really in the best form, but the 2 teams we want to watch. City, Liverpool.
City win. It's going to be 3-1 to City.
Okay.
I'm going to be a huge pessimist and say this is an important game because I think over the course of the season it will be these two again battling it for first place. I think it's going to be a boring game. I think defences will be quite strong. I'm going to go 1-1 and it won't be that exciting.
Ooh.
Yeah, but there's one team that's got a really good defence at the moment and there's another team that's shit. So
which team has a good defence? Because neither of these teams do.
Man
right
City
now.
have a good defence at the moment. They've got
Incorrect.
a clear, they've got Diaz, Laporte, Walker, and Cancelo. They've been consistent
leaking goals
now.
and losing games, man.
They finally got consistency, and I feel like they are.
You can't call it consistency getting a clean sheet against Sheffield.
I can't.
Come on.
They needed a centre
so.
back though. They did. They needed another centre back. They got Diaz and Ake this season. Like that. Remember last season when Laporte was out for such a long time, they couldn't stop goals from going in. Now they've got
I've said it before. I'll say it
Diaz
again.
and Ake.
John Stones is the most useless excuse for a footballer I've ever seen. How he ever went near the England squad, I don't understand. No, he wasn't great, James.
He was
Jim,
great.
You're just English and blinded by your national allegiance. That guy is a turd of a football player.
I think he'll make a low move in. I think he's one of those players who'll make a low move to another Premier League team in January, and he might actually be someone to consider for FPL. I think he might move to, I don't know, West Ham on loan or something, and he will be someone who could actually do a good job there. I always thought about players on for big clubs who are on the fringe. I think there's always a space for them to go out on loan and get first team football.
At West Ham, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be something like that.
I'm not even sure he would start for West Ham at the moment, to be honest.
No, they're doing well actually. They're shutting out.
I think that the likes of Masuaku and Diop, they're playing well.
They are.
So I'm getting back to the fixtures. I'm going to go for. I think it's going to be a City win as well. I don't think it's going to be a nice game, but I think Gomez is going to make one huge error. I think it's probably going to be 2-1 City.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And the final game? Yeah, the final game of the game week is Arsenal Villa.
This will be a decent one, I think. And I'm going to back the home side. I'm going to back Arsenal. And I think it's going to be a close one. I mean, the thing is, I'm really pissed off with their turnaround, Aston Villa, when, they clawed 3 goals back. And it was for nothing. It was for nothing because they still lost. And
they got lots of points for players
they got lots of points for players I don't have. I'm still livid about that. Anyway, I think it's going to be the same again. I'm going to say 3-2 to Arsenal.
Wow. Okay. Jack is obviously taking a crap mid-pod again.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say Arsenal Villa. Do you know what? I think Villa's going to nick this one. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Villa.
Well,
I think Jack Grealish, sadly, is going to score a double.
Oh.
I'm going to be crying all night.
Yeah. I need to get him in.
I may have to revisit the idea of shooting myself.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bring him in for Hammers. But I don't know. I guess I still got hope for Everton.
I am going to go for, I think the camaraderie at Arsenal was good. I think Villa, they've lost 2 on the spin. I think they're going to lose a 3rd on the spin. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
All right, so there's the final wrong answer of the podcast. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, subscribe again, and share
comment.
all of this.
Get those comments in.
Yeah, we're all over those comments. We're getting more people. What am I trying to say? More people have been joining our FPL mini league. If you do want to join that as well, and you will be ahead of me, I guarantee you, after 3 shit weeks on the spin. So feel good about yourself.
Try and dethrone me from the top. Come on.
Yeah, somebody has to do it, please. Please, somebody dethrone Jim. I'm sick of seeing his name next to number 1. Join with the code
looks great though, doesn't it?
DKSORK. And I'll say that again because Jim was talking over the top. Jim. DKSORK.
Final shout out from me, FPL Faff Mini League, Binny Hilton FC, Oliver Borg, all the way from Sweden, doing very, very well. Big shout out.
Yeah.
Doing better than me, and I'm upset about it.
Well done,
I've dropped
mate.
down another place. You can find us on the socials. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah. Guys, this has been good. Until next week, we'll see if I shoot myself again next week.
Yeah. Have a good one.
Bye-bye now.